Well, good morning, everybody. I got to kind of kneel down here so I get into the picture here. I'm showing you my cutting board here. I'm going to do some preparation for canning. I'm going to can some carrots this morning, and it's Monday morning, the 15th of April. And I'm just going to go through the preparations that I go through leading up to actually filling the jars and putting them in the canner. So I've already picked up some carrots from the market, and the first process is just to go through, get a good peeler, is to just go through and peel the carrots that you're going to use. There's a lot of busy work involved here. And that's with anything when you start wanting to getting into gardening, as you've seen in a lot of the videos here. A lot of busy work, a lot of hours put in, which for a lot of people seems like a small return when you can go to the grocery store and buy a can of beans, a can of carrots, and any of the other vegetables, corn, and go home, open it up, heat it up, and you're there. And we're talking about the whole process here of actually taking your own produce, or like I said, we actually pick these carrots up from the market. It's one thing that we haven't been able to grow here yet, is the carrots. And they do have some really good carrots at the market. And just basically to take that outside layer off. And of course what's left over here could very easily go into the compost piles here. What I'm going to actually do is probably feed it to the pigs, and I think they will enjoy that. And how much to know to peel? Oh boy. That's something you I always make sure I peel enough, and then whatever left over can pretty much be just cooked and eaten. So really nothing's going to waste here. But I've got 8 small pints I want to put carrots in. So I'll do this here, and like I said, whatever left over, okay. Now we can basically take all this. I'm going to shove that off to the side here. And what I actually do in splitting I generally just cut the carrot in half or thereabouts. And cut it into thirds or halves. And you kind of want bite-sized pieces. And to cut the ends off here. And there's really no easy way to do this. But you kind of get the idea here. Easier way would be with, I got a smaller knife, to cut them in half. And I actually like a little bit smaller pieces, so I might cut them a little bit smaller than most people would. But that size, if I can kind of show you, kind of works. And that. And so this part one doesn't get really too long here. I'm going to take the camera out and kind of show you a little bit, but you get an idea here of cutting up. I'm also going to take, and I've got all the lids of the jars, and as you can see, the pickles jars, Tostitos, a little bit of everything here. And I'm going to turn on the heat here and boil those in order to sterilize them. And I'll finish, while that's boiling, I'm going to finish the carrots here. But also what I've started in preparation here, if you can see by the flame underneath there, all my jars are down inside here and you really can't see them. There's 8 jars in there, and they're all used Tostitos pickle jars. I'm going to recan in them, and of course then when I get to that point I'll be back with you. So that's kind of all the preparation, getting everything set up here in order that I can can these carrots. So I'll be back with the actual canning process in just a little bit.